Welcome students to today's recorded webinar. It is currently July 17th, 2022. Crazy to believe that we're almost through the halfway point of the 7th month of the year. We have a considerable amount to discuss today with a ton of brand new exciting information. It's brand new to the whole community. And I know that the educators, the admins, the whole community is going to be at huge benefit for this, as it's going to be the new stepping stone to your next steps towards success. With that being said, everybody, today we are going to have a slight overview. We're going to be going over some community announcements regarding the engagement, some of the educator announcements, the updates, what's going on in our own personal lives, and of course, the special announcement that is you guys are going to be thrilled to be a part of and see. First things first is the what's going on in the community. The engagement is awesome. We've been seeing the winning trades. We love it. What we've now started to notice is that there's the routine handful of people who are just killing it, and then we are also getting those messages from those who are wanting to, like, hey, how can I really improve myself? And this is what we're going to be talking about, the special announcement that is going to be astronomical. It doesn't matter if you are completely advanced as is, or if you're a brand new or even a beginner utilizing SMC, or even if you're profitable with it, or better yet, even know everything conceptually, and you want to be able to apply it. You feel like you know all the concepts, but you're not making the money. That's one of the biggest and key turning point that's going to differentiate you between just another person who calls himself a trader and a true trader. Because anyone can learn a strategy, but it takes a very specific and certain individual to craft the mindset and the skill set to properly apply a strategy, be consistent with it, and see it all the way through. And that's what's going to take you to that next level. So our special announcement is going to be covering all of that. Community engagement has been great. There are going to be several changes coming to the Discord as an entire whole. There's going to be a brand new sections introduced to Discord with the previous sections being integrated in a different way with tier-based usage. With that being said, the educator, what's going on in our life? Well, Alex, he is currently in the reserves of the military. He is in Texas right now. He's away for about, I believe, until Sunday. He will be sending a video to you guys tomorrow about that. But that's what's been going on with him. So as far as with my own personal life, as mentioned, I did move to Miami. I took the time to spend a few weeks here with my brother. So I'm actually moving back down to Miami this Thursday, and I'm taking a big moving truck. So later this week, I will not be available, but this midweek, we will be having not only training sessions on Tuesday, but also either a community call on Wednesday, or a brief trade overview call as to what's happening as a midweek analysis or some trade ideas. So that's what's happening with me. And after come Sunday, everything is going to be revealed in that sense regarding the placement exams that we're going to be talking about. It's going to be very exciting for everyone to get a gauge as to where you are mentally, analytically, strategically, and being able to apply everything, the concepts that you know. But a little off tangent. Everything's going to come to fruition by the end of this weekend, and we'll be back on our normal schedules. The of this is going to be that special announcement. So let's go ahead and take a look. It's going to be a program that we're introducing to the entire community free of charge, and this is going to help you exponentially go through those tiers, go through those levels, those trials, tribulations, and working to craft your mindset and your skill set to be on par with one another. Because oftentimes, as mentioned, when traders are going through the loop, they may think, I put in so many hours backtesting, I know this already, but why is it not working? Or why am I not making money off of this? Well, better yet, not as much as I deserve. Well, this is where the acceleration program is going to come into play. It's going to ensure by going through a tier-based system that you're going to be receiving that mindset that's needed in order to get to the next level, but also the equivalence of the strategy management and the consistent actual growth of your account, ensuring that you're making those consistent gains in that progress. Because if you just have everything and think that's all, you're never going to get anywhere. And you have to go through those levels. Even if you're a brand new beginner, even if you've been in it 13 years, you're still going to have to go through this. It's a whole different way of learning and trying to approach this as as an entire whole, where it's much more than just a strategy. It's a whole lifetime education. This is where you're going to be exposed to everything in the true realm of trading. So this program it's introducing a unique and customized approach, teaching you as a student how to chronologically master all of the analytical, strategical, and psychological factors in trading as you climb through and up the tiers of true mastery. What does it really mean to be a mastermind? What does it mean to make $500, $1,000, $2,000 a day and have that become a normalcy for you? Not about the money, but the skill set and the mindset that you've developed that has allowed you to get to that point. You're gonna have to do things you've never done, and this program is gonna walk you through those hard times to get to where you want to be. Doesn't matter where you are, there's always gonna be a place for you, and the goal is to get to the top. Not everyone's gonna be at the same place, and not everyone's gonna go at the same rate. And as much as you put into this, you will get out of this. And we want this to be a rewarding system for those who really want to put in the work, make it work for themselves, and reward you with a bunch of incentives as you go through the tiers. So in addition to this is that, as mentioned, anyone can learn strategy, but it takes a true trader to craft a precise mental fortitude by being consistent, disciplined, and following a plan that will lead to monetary and psychological success over time. Trading attracts those who want to get rich quickly, but only rewards those who are in it for the long run. We are willing to do what most people won't in order to live the lives that most people don't. We have to do things differently. It's not just knowing something. You can say you know something, but if you can't apply it, you don't really know it. Knowing how to grow an account is everything in trading. The strategy is just the first portion. You can learn anything. But if you don't know how to grow an account, irrespective of the strategy you're utilizing, trading, it's not making money at the end of the day. The goal is to make money trading, whether it's your whole dream job, or whether it's just a side income for you to then make that first investment in, whether it be a new house, real estate, travel, anything with your family, friends, and loved ones. This is what's going to allow you to do that. And you have to understand that it's not all about the money, but it is at the same time. The reason we're trading is to get the money that's going to allow us to do the things that we want to do with our life and help those who we want to help and have impact on. This is how you are going to get there. If you truly want to have that level of mastery and you're tired of putting in the work and not seeing any results, our personal promise, as long as you have that the tenacity, the resilience, that discipline, and you can follow this, you will get to where you want to be. And it's not a matter of if, it is when. So, lo and behold, let's go over the tier overview. So we are going to break the entire community into 4 tiers, and it's going to be segmented between those who are beginner, novice, intermediate, and those who are extremely advanced. Now, these tiers aren't just going to be, I'm going through a tier and I'm going to the next, It's not designed to take a day, a week, a couple weeks. There are specific requirements that you have to enter and test out of tiers. Specific skills, goals, lessons that you're going to be learning along the way to ensure that you have demonstrated that mastery entirely from all those 3 facets of psychological, strategical, and analytical. Once you have demonstrated that true mastery, and you can prove it not just to yourself, but to the educators, the community, and you really know what you're talking about, then you'll be able to get to that next level. And this is also something important to note, that for those who want to be active, there are going to be a lot of opportunities for you, especially for incentives and the prize that will be going in the giveaways. For those who maybe work a lot and you're not as active in the community, it's completely optional for you to be or not. But when I can emphasize, not only as an educator, but someone who has been also a part of communities and has spent tens of thousands of hours trying to figure out this matrix, so-called, send your charts in, ask for help, or be like, hey, what do you think? Because if you're doing something wrong, you're going to keep making those errors until you eventually reach out for help or give up. And our goal is, we do not want you to give up. Do not be afraid to ask. We are here for you. Ask your community, ask everyone, because everyone has the same questions at some point, so you might as well ask it. And we're here for you. If we can do anything, know that. And this tier-based system is going to help you, maybe give you the further confidence for those who want to know how to get to those next levels. Well, you're going to have team leaders. There's going to be educators for each tier that will be introducing the next The next call that we have the educators of the tiers, but we're also going to have team leaders, and team leaders are going to be 2 to 3 candidates selected per tier that has successfully graduated that tier, received their certificate, tested into the next one, and there's going to be opportunity for them to become part of the community, or to become part of the administration of the community, and more, and then some, as we'll discuss in a minute. So there's a lot coming, and we greatly appreciate your guys' patience, even with the previous June bootcamp students. We literally launched the website 2.5 weeks before you guys joined, or 3 weeks I believe it was, and we were finalizing security measures. So the videos, we have a lot of videos on the back end of the website. We're finalizing the tiers right now, all the uploads for that, and a brand new software that's coming to the website as well. So what is the tier overview? Finally getting to it. The tier overview is based off of your level of proficiency on the skills and knowledge you already have. So this is optional, but this is going to be the accelerated part of the community. It's completely free of charge, and this is where those who really want to take their training seriously will most likely be participating. If you just want to check in every once in a while, you're going to have a community chat, but to get that really exclusive material, it's going to be specifically based on those level and that skill set that you have, as you'll see here in just a moment. So what are the different levels? Again, well, you have your silver, which is going to be our beginners, those who are brand new to the concepts or have just some familiar understanding, but they really need to get that solid foundation. That's going to be based off the silver. The gold is going to be for the members who are already proficient with SMC, but now you need to really make that shift to all things based on liquidity, not structure. Structure is irrelevant. Yes, it can help you get a gauge, but liquidity is everything. You really need to know how to move. So that is all based off of that the novice tier, the intermediate rather. That is going to be the gold. The platinum tier. This is the tier for those who have already mastered liquidity perspective. They're very consistent. They've already gone to that next level now, and now they're working on developing that mindset, that consistency of becoming extremely successful. Those are going to be the platinum students, and this is going to be that more experienced, more expert level. And of course, is our true mastermind. We want the goal for everyone to become a mastermind student, but the harsh reality is that what it takes to get there, probability show, not everyone's going to be able to do it. This is going to be reserved for the exclusive traders, those who have worked their tails off, not just with hours, blood, sweat, and honestly tears, as we know how much time and effort goes into this. But at the same time, you have that growth with your account. You have given back. You want to really expand yourself, and there's going to be employment opportunities, partnerships. There's a lot of things coming with that, and of course, more benefits. So let's dive right into it. How you're going to be placed into these tiers are going to be based off of a placement exam that you will be taking within the next week. We're going to be giving this placement exam. It's going to be completely randomized. It's going to be individually sent to each one of you. You guys, it's going to be 75 questions, and it's going to be about all these four different topics, breaking it down from basic, easy, intermediate to difficulty-based questions, all having a different score ranking of 1 to 4 points. There's going to be a cumulative score, and based off the score of the exam and the assessment, you are going to be placed into one of these tiers. Now, there are certain conditions, criteria, but when you're looking at these tiers, do not be discouraged if, I should place here. The goal is to get you through the tiers, right? You can't just go somewhere and say, I need to be here. We need to help you get through that entirely. And this is where the custom management plans are going to be coming into play, showing you how to manage everything automatically. So the silver tier for our people who are trying to get that solidified foundation of the strategy. These are for those who are trying to become consistent initially, right out of the bat, and you understand SMC, but now you have a much better core foundation of all things related to liquidity, all things related to our end, our approach, our edge, points of interest, refinements, maybe even so-called structure, order blocks, what have you. Those are just the very pivotal foundations that you need to get through, and you're going to be through all the tiers gaining that strategical, analytical, and psychological component to the education. And their entry requirements, there are no entry requirements. All students new to the bootcamp, new to liquidity trading, or who are just scoring below a 60% proficiency, they're the ones who are going to test into the silver. The test out requirements, or you will be doing community teach back. We'll be talking about that later on in the next video or whenever we talk to the community next. And of course, test out requirements, you are going to be receiving another exam similar to the first one, and you're going to have to score at least 70% proficiency in order to test out. You will then be receiving you'll then be receiving a certificate as you go through each tier, showing certificate of completion, of mastery, that will then make you eligible for that next tier, and also that you'll be able to put on your profile on the back end of the website. With gold as well, this is the next tier, completely now shifting your perspective to all things liquidity. Think about gas, to get gas, things, logic, intention, and purpose. This is where majority of the individuals within the community are going to fall, based not only on probabilities, but the conceptual understanding. You might have a really good understanding of some of the concepts, but now applying them in lifetime, it could be a little difficult. So now that's what we're really going to hammer it in and show you how to do it lifetime, how to master that true understanding of all concepts, and head to that next tier, which is going to be the platinum. The entry requirements for this, of course, is you need to have at minimum a $500 trading account, which will be coming from that previous silver tier, or test in have the $500 account. At the same time, this is going to be between 61 and 85% of the test score range from that exam. If you score between there, you'll be placed in gold. Of course, the test out requirements, the test out requirements are you're going to have to be doing another community teach back, we'll explain later on, and having a $3,000 to $5,000 personal account or a $50K funded account. You have to provide these credentials. There's also going to be funded student sections within Discord where you can post your certificates. We're going to show you, congratulate you to the community. And of course, that's going to show you the true level mastery by having that requirement, not of just the strategy, but that you can apply it properly. The next level is going to be platinum. So this platinum level is going to be all things relating to the algo. So you've already mastered liquidity, but now you need to understand specifically how to get down to that fractal level of nature and understand the true concept of meaning of fractality, being able to understand what the probabilities are everywhere, all the time. That's how you're going to then enter that fourth dimension of trading and psychology, when you can understand all the purposes, reasons, and then you can start to forecast them with a very high degree of accuracy. So in this, you're going to be focusing on algo concepts from mastering the algo, SMTs, the stack and trap, advanced entry models, algo cycle, internal range, external range, everything relating to that. At the same note, the entry requirements are just going to be the test out requirements of gold, as mentioned, and the test out requirements of platinum is going to be a one-on-one teach back with me. You'll be doing one-on-one teach back with me, exemplifying your topic mastery, understanding, doing an interview to then pass on to that mastermind level. Additionally, you're going to need a $10,000 personal account, personal funding, showing that consistency, because that $10,000 training account can do really wonders. And realistically, even before the time that you graduate to mastermind, that should be at a minimum. It's really 15, 20,000. Once you understand numbers are just tools or things that we can manipulate with trading our skill set, you then realize it's just a game, and we just got to be a player that's in it the longest. And then of course, also to test out, you need a $200K funded account or more, just further showing that mastery. It could be either or, but showing that you have that consistency and you have the money under your belt, that's showing that you are a master. And by going through these tiers, everybody, this is the discipline you're going to be learning on how to actually trade, how to treat this, not just like a side gig, but like a full-time job. If you treat it like a full-time job, if you treat it like you're the professional, you're going to get professional results. And of course, last but not least, the mastermind. Oh, my bad. For the platinum, that's going to require an 86 to 100% placement score, and this is probably where a handful of individuals are going to fall, especially requiring those entry requirements as well. And those might be debatable depending on the individual, how long you've been in the community, XYZ. And of course, the last stage, which you cannot test into, is to the mastermind. So these are the students that have completed all the other tiers and levels, and they have to display true mastery of Journal FX concepts, and they've achieved their financial goals. And now they're going to be not only just a full-time trader for themselves because they're doing way beyond well, but we're also going to be having employment opportunities as well for investors, also looking for other educators, leaders, whatnot in the community. So that's going to be something we're going to be definitely talking about in the near future, as that's the whole goal. But not only that, there's also perks to exclusive access to Mastermind. So live daily training sessions with me, with our other educators as well. At the same time, having your own personal performance psychologist. This is something we're introducing to the community through the tiers. You're going to have access to a performance psychologist who's going to come in and be giving a class twice a month, depending on which tier you're in. And then the higher tier you are, the more access you're going to have, because now you understand it's all mind games. Your mind has to be sharp in the queue, so then you can perform with excellence. Of course, the exclusive access, in-person events, live hostings, on that note. But this is the tier overview, right? And then the whole goal is to set your dreams to reality. Going through a tier-based system is going to help you do that in the most effective way possible. Now, these tiers are just an overview, but the most exciting part is going to be on the website. We are transitioning to a fully educational platform, and that's why the video apprehension has been in play with the team as we've been talking about it, because we are going to give you specific access to specific videos based off of your tier level. You're still going to have all access to the concepts as a whole. They're going to be videos that are going to be up 30, 40 minutes going over the concepts just on the website itself, and in the same portal. It's going to have a different section, just a general over the concepts. But as you go through the tiers, you're going to be having, it's a whole custom integratable system that we've now acquired, and you're going to have specific tier-based ranking. You're going to have exclusive access depending on what tier level you are. So you can see holistically all the videos just as pertains to, again, kind of the generalizations, but to get all the specific breakdowns, specific concept mastery, tons of videos on that one concept, you will definitely have to be in that tier, as that's what the tier's focal point is. You're still going to have the overview of inducement, overview of engineered liquidity, those videos that are going to, again, 20, 30 minutes in length, but to gain access to those exclusive videos, you need to put in that work, you need to show yourself, prove it to yourself, and keep going forward. It's important to note, everyone, that this is an extra additional add-on. You're still going to be having the 2 live training sessions weekly and also the live webinars, but this is something additional add-on that we want to give back to you guys and really make this and help you get to the next level. And we really believe that this is going to be a way to do so, as long as you put in that work. All the levels are then going to have different benefits, different perks. The higher perks you are, the higher tier you are, the more access you're going to have. You're going to have more webinars, more live trading calls, and that's phenomenal. But on the website, as we were just mentioning, the website is going to be huge because you're going to have access on the website within a specific system that's going to show you exactly the videos that you have for the tier you are, all the objectives, the milestones, showing you your progress bar, the videos you've watched. After every video, there's going to be a quiz that you're going to have to pass to go on to then the next video. You can rewatch the videos as many times as you want, and then there's also the test out at the end of each section, but also holistically at the end of the tier. And if you test out, that will then give you that written requirement that then makes you eligible for certification, and then you have to complete the other 2 tasks, and you're ready to go to the next, and you receive your certificate. Of course, shouting you out to the community, your success, and then carry on. You also have your student portal, which is going to be personalized to you, your picture, your name, your location, your training experience, what tier you are, your rankings, your badges. There's a lot coming. So thank you guys for being patient. I don't take too much more time spending on this, as we're going to be talking about this extensively next week. We're going to be sending this graphic into the community within the next day or so, just so we can finalize the last details. But this is the most exciting thing that we have coming, and this is our accelerated student program. Now let's go ahead and take a look on this week's current price action for the forecast analysis of GBP USD and Euro USD. First things first, we are going to go ahead and analyze GU. All right, so let's go ahead and analyze GU from an intraday top-down to mid-intraday approach. So if we go to the 4-hour on GU, we can clearly see that we're in a downtrend. And what we always want to ask ourselves is, where is the gas lying that is going to allow price to go higher or lower? In this case, we know we're trending down. The only reason we care we're trending down is so we know what the overall trend is. So then we need to identify where's the gas lying above, directional lower highs or higher lows in an uptrend, that gas lying above. Well, starting 4-hour, if this is our most recent structural range, we have a low, high, lower low, lower high, lower low. I'm immediately thinking about the different types of inducement. And the first thing that sticks out to me is a lower high and a lower low. Well, this is a type 1 inducement. And I'm viewing it this way, and I'm labeling this as a major inducement because this is a major 4-hour inducement point that is going to induce those who are looking to take the opposite position as they believe structure is broken. You're going to have those looking for BOS here, right, who are going to be looking for buys down here. You're going to have those who are going to have breakout traders. They're going to have their buy stops above highs as they want price to keep going higher. So we need to be looking to sell above this lower high. And the first thing that sticks out to me is where? Well, we have this 4-hour order block that lies right here. So this is our 4-hour order block. So now I'm ideally expecting price to do something over here, right? We just took out a little bit of gas internally over here. I'm ideally expecting price now to have some form of maybe retracement, barely, then just keep going higher. Because if this is where all the gas is, we now have to ask ourselves, well, what's allowed price to now come to target this gas? Backtracking our steps, we can see that this low was taken, and this is acting as the large gas pump that's going to allow price to then go higher. And if you are confused about the gas pumps, refer to the video on engineered liquidity. So now that we know this gas was collected, this is where we're going, price can just keep going higher. Or what it can do is it can just find the nearby order block, then to keep going higher. So because this is what I'm expecting price to generally do for this week based off the 4-hour time frame. Yes, there's order blocks, all the way over here, right? Yes, they're all the way over. But I'm really considering what's the most valid in my mind based off of inducement. This is the most recent play, so I'm going to be expecting you to be doing something buys early in the week, Monday, Tuesday, maybe the high of the week is made on Tuesday, and then we're going to end up making that low of the week, and we're looking to take shorts and target new lower lows, or AKA taking out a high, taking out a low in terms of the algo cycle. So now let's figure out what's going to allow price to now go up here. Let's go down to the 2-hour. Let's go down to 2-hour. So we see a possible order block here, but because this is an inducement, right? We know this is where price is targeting. Even though this is an order block, it's not going to make lower lows. Yes, it will get mitigated, but just for price to come back to some order block to the left, possibly, in order to then go higher. So now let's go. Do we see anything interesting over here for buys? Again, because we're viewing this as an SMT, price is just going to give a small pullback, then to break go higher. So I'm not worried about that. I'm just focusing on the buys. So do we see anything within here that has any imbalance? Well, no imbalance, no imbalance. Yes, we do have imbalance, and it's right here, and this is the only one within this range. So maybe we can look within here and see if there's multiple confluence, or maybe an order block line just above it. Cool, so now we have, right here, we have this 1-hour order block. This makes a lot of sense, but I think the really big thing that we need to understand is over here, right, we have, this is all liquidity. We have, point of engineered liquidity over here, and we have an order block lower than here. But I'm not going to be referencing these order blocks because I don't believe this is going to work based off of that 4-hour perspective. It's all mitigated. Again, there's a wall built. It's all been mitigated. So in the future, price should ideally just take out all of this because there's no imbalance. So this is where price is then just going to raid to. So even if there are order blocks in lower time frames, I'm not going to worry about them because I don't believe that they're going to be significant enough to cause price to go to the moon. So that was this perspective. Now let's go down. We have the 1 hour. Now let's go down to the 30-minute. So I know that this is possible. It's very well, but one thing that's again kind of sticking out to me right now is this is a break and retest zone. So this area of liquidity would make me believe, based off this liquidity type, break and retest traders look for a high to be broken, then they look to go ahead and buy in the retest of the high to go higher. So I believe it's presumable to say that this order block is not going to be, I just don't think it's going to be, the valid one. It's the one that broke equal highs. It doesn't look too saucy. But what can we, and how can we make this make sense? Well, it's most likely not going to be this one, and we know that nothing here is going to be valid, even this, because it's lying at the engineered liquidity. That makes me believe that there's probably just one place that's going to make the most sense, and it's just going to be right here. So I'm looking at this 30 minute because I can see fractally that we have some form of inducement, maybe on the 10 minute, 15 minute, 5 minute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reference this whole 30 minute candle, and I'm going to view this as an area to buy from. But we always need to refine this, so how can we do this? Well, let me go to the 15 minute. We have this order block, awesome. And we can also see that it took out some form of liquidity, didn't mitigate imbalance, but based off of inducement, we have a low, high, higher low, higher high. So this would be some form of type 1 inducement where it's a higher low makes a higher high is broken into the order block. And then I'm now going to be looking to ideally target higher highs. Let's go to 5 minute. What else do we see? Great. Yeah, so what I would be expecting is at a refinement, we can be looking to be buying down here. Oops, I'm actually going to change this. We're going to be buying here at a refinement, and we can be looking to take some form partial here, looking to make higher highs. And then I would expect, of course, where's the next target? Well, this is, if we know this was an SMT to the left that price reacted to, we then know that, well, if that's not the right order block, it's going to continue higher because we have this liquidity. Now I believe we're just going to get a rapid expansion to the upside, and then maybe make new price action, and then just continue higher. So we have our TP1, which is our lower time frame higher high, or an inducement at type 2. And then we also have this higher time frame, 4 hour, lower high and lower low. That's another inducement. So take partial 1 here, take profit 2, and we're looking to sell above here. And I expect this is going to be the buy that we're going to have for the week, or for early in the week rather, and then we'll have some form of reversal from here to come and make new lower lows. So let's stay on the lookout for that on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday for that high of the week to be created before we look really for any sells, because we look to sell above highs, and that just makes no sense logically. All right, so this is pretty solid, and I'd be looking for buys. I'd be looking for this. This is what the RR would look like on that. Now you can use one of your entry protocols. It is out of session right now. The session starts in a couple hours, so I'll be monitoring this. But this is what I'm looking at, and this would be a phenomenal trade. This would be a 115. Of course, you can even make it a little bit higher and target this engineered liquidity, which make it 121. This is a 5 pip stop loss, and I know for sure there's going to be another refinement that you can go ahead and choose to do make as well. You can enter based off of this. Again, time down the line, so I'm going to wait for price to go ahead and align. So this is what I'm looking at for GU for the week, and this will be sent to the community and also for you guys to review and at your own pace. All right, and then I'd be expecting something like this. All right, awesome. All right, now let's go ahead and take a look at EU. So looking at EU, we know that, and just like GU, because they are trending the same, we're trending down. So if I know we're trending down, and this is where price is, I'm going to look for where gas is going to be lying above highs. Well, we look to sell above lower highs and higher highs, so this is a high that we're going to sell above, and we look for an order block just after that. So this is a high. Also, we have where? Well, we have some form of engineered liquidity point over here. So this could be another logical area to look to sell above, meaning that these would become buy targets if the buys end up working out. If not, we're going to stop above the engineered liquidity or after the inducement. All right. Now, let's figure out what we think price is going to do, or where the order blocks are, rather. Now, we have to ask ourselves is, what is the reason why price is targeting this high? Where's the gas that caused price to be taken out or go higher? Well, it's this low. This low right here was effectively rated, and this is what price is now targeting new highs. That's why it's responsible. So this is where we're looking. And now the idea for us is to generally, like GU, because we want them to ideally line, we're going to have some form of order block in here always. This is an SMT because we have an inducement. This is where price is targeting. This is just going to be a false order block. So we're going to look for price to go higher. Now the question becomes, well, where's going to be the valid order block? Now this is from a 4 hour perspective, and it gets a little tricky with GU as we're reaching much lower lows as we're in a monthly, when we're now reaching a monthly demand level. But what I would ideally be expecting is, this is where it becomes a little tricky because I see over here engineered liquidity and we have this wall here. So ideally we can keep going higher, but that doesn't really agree with our GU analysis. So of course we do see we have a 4 hour order block here, but what I'm debating is if this is going to hold or not. So I'm going to have to monitor price action, see if we get a good reaction come Monday, Tuesday. But this is what I'm looking at. So this is what I would expect ideally for GU, and for them price to, again, we have an order block. I view this as an SMT because we're targeting a new low, have a reaction, and then end up going lower with the expectation of new sell side liquidity being targeted. So this would make a lot of sense. However, this is something just based off intuition I've seen not work a lot of times. Why? Because this is lying at equal highs. So maybe there could be something in here right before the engineered liquidity. Now it's important to note that this is oftentimes a refinement you do not want to make, but it's because it's lying engineered liquidity. This will work very few of the times, very rare. But just because I don't want price to go higher, I know we have something in here. I'm really just going to be looking to see if there's something in here because I'm viewing this as equal highs. So let's see if there's anything in here that would make sense. We go to the 2 hour. So we have the 2 hour, nothing. So the 1 hour. Do a 45 minute. Let's go to the 45 minute. Do we see anything? Yes, we do. And we see this bad guy right here. Because all this is equal highs. This is where order flow was picked. I mean, we have a decisional. This decisional was mitigated by this order block. This order block was then mitigated by this one. And now, funny enough, we now have this line that's left unmitigated. So whether or not this makes a new low or this is a logical, it gives a logical reaction for us to consider entry, this is ideally what I'm going to be looking at for shorts. And same thing with EU, right? If this is an SMT over here, what am I doing? I'm ignoring this sell trend because it's not going to work because we're targeting here. So I'm going to focus most likely on, probably this buy trend, maybe somewhere, in this vicinity of prices, maybe this order block over here because we have a little low that we're buying below. And then, yeah, I would expect possibly something like this to happen. And price will then maybe it's going to come here, react, and go much lower, or it's just going to maybe come here and then go much lower. So this is the output that I'm looking at for EU. And again, on intraday basis, what I would be expecting is if we go to that 15-minute time frame, we see anything. Yeah, so we see where's the inducement? Well, I see there's no imbalance. We do have an imbalance here, but the reason I'm not looking here is because we have some form of equal lows. So this order block does not become valid. This one to me does because it sweeps something to the left. And again, this is the order blocks with imbalance. And this is actually a really good trade. I'd be looking here because we have a 1, 2, 3, 4 low, high, higher, low, higher, high, a type 1 inducement that's again broken into the order block to go higher. So I think this would be a really good trade. I'm going to be monitoring this for London session, and this is what that trade would possibly look like if it ends up working out. So at the minimum, it would be a 1, 2, 6, which not bad. Again, you can always refine stop loss. It could be a 12. ideally 122. So this could still be a great trade because I'm gonna have to monitor price action. What I'm probably gonna do is I'd probably say 40% of the position off here, and then really just diligently watch price and see what it's gonna do in this vicinity. But this is what the outlook I would expect for EU is gonna be, and then of course buys early in the week, and I would imagine sells are just gonna be the main factor as the bears come back into the market, and we're looking to take new pricing lower and keep making all-time even more 20+ year lows on EU. With that being said, everybody, that is the end of today's webinar. Stay tuned for announcements this week regarding community updates, the new software, the website. There's a lot of information coming. We appreciate your patience, and as always, keep your mind sharp, dream on, work hard, and we will talk to you guys soon.